Imagine this. You're in Tokyo, sitting in a tiny ramen shop. Everyone around you is leaning over their bowls, slurping loudly, noodles flying, broth splashing a little. No one looks embarrassed. In fact, the chef is smiling. You join in, you slurp, and you fit right in. Now picture the same scene in New York. You're in a busy restaurant, slurping your soup as loud as you can to show it's delicious, and suddenly the table next to you goes quiet. People are staring. You can feel the judgment. How can the exact same behavior be totally normal in Japan, but rude in America? In this video, we're going to look at 17 everyday culture shock habits that flip between polite and rude when you cross the Pacific. Some are small, some are huge, but all of them can create awkward moments if you don't know the unspoken rules. Let's start with things that feel normal in Japan, but can come across as rude, strange, or confusing in America. And then we'll flip it and look at the opposite. Things Americans do every day that can make Japanese people quietly cringe. First, slurping noodles. In Japan, slurping isn't just allowed, it's almost encouraged. When you slurp ramen or soba, you're not being messy. You're showing appreciation. You're enjoying the flavor, the heat, and you're eating the noodles the way they're meant to be eaten. No one looks at you funny. It's part of the experience. In America, table manners are different. Many people grow up being told, don't make noise when you eat, don't slurp, don't chew loudly. So when someone hears a big, unapologetic noodle slurp, their first thought might be, that's gross, not, they must love the food. The intention is positive in Japan, but the reaction in America can be negative. Second, staying completely silent on public transport. If you've ever ridden a train in Japan during rush hour, you know the sound, almost nothing. Just the soft hum of the train and maybe a few low whispers. People keep their voices down. Phone calls are discouraged. It's considered respectful to let everyone travel in peace after a long day. In America, trains and buses can be much louder. People chat with friends, answer calls, watch videos, laugh, or even talk to strangers. If you sit completely silent and never respond or avoid any small talk at all, some Americans might read that as cold, unfriendly, or even upset. Silence in Japan feels polite. Silence in America can feel distant. Third, avoiding direct eye contact. In Japan, staring into someone's eyes for too long can feel aggressive or uncomfortable. People might glance, then look away. It's a way of softening the interaction, lowering the intensity, and not making the other person feel pressured. In America, eye contact is often linked with confidence and honesty. If you avoid it too much, some people may think you're hiding something, insecure, or being disrespectful. So a Japanese person trying to be polite by not staring might be misread as rude or suspicious, while an American trying to be polite by holding steady eye contact might feel overwhelming to a Japanese person. Fourth, not saying bless you after someone sneezes. In Japan, when someone sneezes in public, most people simply ignore it. Maybe the person says sumimasen, quietly, maybe not. There's no automatic social script like bless you or gesundheit. People just carry on. In many parts of America, saying nothing after someone sneezes can feel a bit strange. You might get a quick look like, wow, not even a bless you? It's not a law, of course, but it's a small gesture of social awareness. So a Japanese person staying quiet is simply behaving normally, but some Americans might think they're being cold or not paying attention. Fifth, letting the group decide instead of sharing your own opinion. If you ask a group of friends in Japan, where should we go for dinner? You might hear a lot of, anywhere is fine, or I'm okay with whatever you want. This isn't laziness. It's a way of keeping the group harmonious and avoiding conflict. People don't want to push their personal preference too strongly. In America, that same answer can feel frustrating. If someone says, I don't mind, you choose over and over again, Americans might think they're being unhelpful or indecisive. In the US, you're often expected to have an opinion and share it clearly. Meanwhile, in Japan, being too opinionated can feel selfish. Sixth, giving indirect answers instead of saying no. In Japan, saying no too directly can sound harsh, so people use softer phrases. It might be difficult, I'll think about it, or maybe another time. These are often polite rejections. The message is no, but wrapped in gentle language. In America, people are used to more direct communication. When someone says, I'll think about it, many Americans genuinely believe there's still a chance. They may keep asking or making plans. Later, when it never happens, they might feel misled. What was meant as kindness in Japan can be interpreted as dishonesty in the US. 7th, wearing masks even when you're not clearly sick. In Japan, wearing a mask can mean many things. You might have allergies, a mild cold, or you simply don't want to spread germs. Sometimes people wear masks when they feel tired, don't want to do makeup, or just want a bit of privacy. It's normal and doesn't attract attention. In America, especially before the pandemic, masks were rare. People might wonder, are they very sick? Or what's wrong? It sometimes carried a sense of alarm or suspicion. Something neutral and considerate in Japan could make people uneasy in the US. 8th, treating business cards almost like a ceremony. In Japan, a business card isn't just contact information. It represents the person, their role, their status, their identity. You receive it with 2 hands, you look at it carefully, and you don't just shove it into your pocket or write on it in front of them. It's a moment of respect. In America, business cards are more casual. People hand them over quickly, sometimes with one hand while talking. They may stuff them into a wallet without even glancing. They don't mean disrespect. They just don't attach the same level of formality to the card. A Japanese person might feel slightly offended, while the American doesn't even realize anything happened. 9th, quietly enduring problems without complaining. In Japan, there's a strong value placed on gaman, enduring discomfort without making a fuss. If the train is crowded, if the weather is bad, if something is slightly wrong, many people simply endure it quietly. Complaining loudly in public is frowned upon. In America, speaking up is often praised. If your food is wrong, you might send it back. If a service is poor, you might ask to see a manager. Staying silent can be seen as weakness or as not standing up for yourself. So a Japanese person who endures quietly might be seen as passive in the US, while an American who complains clearly might be seen as rude in Japan. Now, let's flip it. What about behaviors that feel totally normal in America, but can be rude or uncomfortable in Japan? 10th, tipping for good service. In America, tipping is practically mandatory in many situations. At restaurants, bars, taxis, hair salons, if you don't tip, it can be seen as extremely rude. You're not just rewarding good service, you're helping pay the worker's income. In Japan, tipping is not part of normal life. If you try to tip, staff may chase you to return the money, worried you forgot it. Some might feel awkward or even insulted, as if you're suggesting they need extra money because their salary isn't good enough. Where Americans think they're being generous, Japanese workers might just feel confused. 11th, eating while walking. In America, eating on the go is standard. Coffee in hand, sandwich in the other. Walking to work, no problem. Busy schedules and long commutes make this normal. In Japan, you'll see far fewer people walking down the street while eating. It's more common to finish your food where you bought it or sit down somewhere. Eating while walking can be seen as messy, distracting, or lacking self-control, especially in quieter areas. An American just grabbing a quick snack might unintentionally leave a bad impression. 12th, talking loudly or laughing out loud in public. In many parts of America, being loud isn't necessarily rude. People laugh big, talk on speakerphone, tell animated stories on the bus, or shout across the street to greet a friend. It can be annoying at times, but it's not shocking. In Japan, loud voices in trains, restaurants, or small spaces stand out immediately. People may turn and stare. It can feel inconsiderate, as if you're forcing everyone around you to be part of your conversation. What feels like normal energy and friendliness in the US can feel like disruption in Japan. 13th, using first names and physical contact too quickly. Americans often jump to first names fast. They might say, "Hey, I'm John," even to someone older. Handshakes are common. Some people are comfortable with pats on the back, shoulder touches, or even friendly hugs with fairly new acquaintances. In Japan, formality matters more. Last names with san are the default. Calling someone by their first name too early, especially without honorifics, can feel disrespectful. Physical contact is also more reserved. Hugging someone you just met or touching their arm casually might make them very uncomfortable. It's not that they dislike you, their sense of personal space is just different. 14th, asking personal questions early in a conversation. In America, asking, "So, what do you do?" or where do you live, or even what do you think about this issue, is normal small talk. People share opinions, plans, even personal stories with relative ease. In Japan, people are often more cautious. Personal questions can feel intrusive if you don't know each other well. Questions about income, family plans, or strong opinions can cause discomfort. An open disagreement can feel confrontational. An American trying to connect by asking questions and debating might accidentally push a Japanese person into an awkward corner. 15th, customizing orders and making special requests. In the US, customizing food is normal. No onions, extra sauce, dressing on the side, can you swap fries for salad? It's part of the customer is always right. In Japan, while some flexibility exists, heavy customization can feel demanding. The dish is often seen as the chef's creation. Asking for too many changes might suggest that you don't respect their work. Staff may still try to help, but they might be stressed or confused. What feels like normal choice in America can feel like unnecessary trouble in Japan. 16th, speaking up directly when something goes wrong. If something is wrong in America, a wrong order, a billing mistake, a rude attitude, many people will say something on the spot. They might complain, leave a review, or ask to fix the problem immediately. Directness is seen as honest and practical. In Japan, direct confrontation, especially in public, is uncomfortable. People usually prefer subtle hints, private discussions, or quiet fixes. Calling someone out loudly in front of others can cause them to lose face, which feels deeply embarrassing. An American trying to solve a problem quickly might accidentally create a scene. 17th, public displays of affection. In many parts of America, holding hands, brief kisses, hugging in public, these are common and accepted. Couples show affection openly. It's part of normal life. In Japan, while things are changing slowly, many people still feel that affection should be more private. A couple kissing or hugging passionately on a train might attract disapproving looks. Even constant hand-holding in certain settings can feel like too much. What feels romantic and normal in the US can feel like oversharing in Japan. So what do all these examples tell us? They show that rude and polite are not universal. They're local. They're shaped by history, values, religion, social expectations, and unspoken rules. In Japan, harmony, subtlety, and reading the atmosphere are huge. In America, directness, individuality, and self-expression are powerful. When these worlds meet, misunderstandings are almost guaranteed. A Japanese person might think, why are Americans so loud and direct? An American might think, why won't Japanese people just say what they mean? But once you understand the logic behind the habits, everything starts to make sense. If you're traveling to Japan from America, here are a few quick tips. Watch how locals behave on trains. Keep your voice down. Don't stress about saying bless you every time someone sneezes. Be prepared for softer, indirect answers, and don't push people to be blunt. And remember, no tipping. If you're traveling to America from Japan, expect more small talk, more eye contact, and louder public spaces. Be ready to share your opinion a bit more clearly. And yes, in many places, tipping is not optional. It's part of how people survive. In the end, none of these habits are good or bad by themselves. They're just different answers to the same question. How do we live together without annoying each other? Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever done something that felt completely normal to you, and then realized it was considered rude in another country? Which of these 17 habits surprised you the most? Was it slurping noodles, tipping, public affection, or something else? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone avoid a really awkward moment on their next trip. If you enjoyed this video and you want more deep dives into everyday culture shocks between countries, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. I'm planning more videos comparing Japan, America, and other countries, so if there's a culture combo you're curious about, let me know below.